Alright guys, we're going to go on now to the listening lecture, okay? And we're going to do some guided note taking. So the very first thing we're going to do, I'm going to play this track for you, and I just want you to listen and write down in this section right here, either with your pen or by typing in, because it's kind of hard with the listening lecture, what you think the topic is, and then we'll talk about it.
Last time, we discussed CCTV in the UK. What we talked about...
Alright, great guys. Now that we've listened to it, I want to try to identify the topic. So I see here that David submitted an answer. Let's see what you put, David. CCTV. Why do you think that's the topic?
It was repeated many times.
It was repeated many times. That's great. Jason, I see that you didn't submit, but that's because you just wrote down your own notes, which is totally fine. What did you put by any chance?
I also put CCTV surveillance.
And for what reason did you do that?
Because it was repeated.
Awesome. So let's go to bring your eyes up here and just check what the answer is. CCTV in the UK. Great job, guys. Excellent. Okay. So we have our topic. The next thing we need to do is get our thesis statement. All right? So we're going to play the track again and listen for the thesis statement, but there's going to be a big clue for you guys. All right? You're going to have a key phrase. It's going to be one of these four. So I really want you to focus in and listen for one of these phrases. We'll learn about, we're going to discuss, let's look at, or let's talk about. And same thing. I want you to either type it in or write down by hand what the thesis statement is. Okay? So I'm going to take the eyes on teacher off, and we're going to play the track again.
Last time, we discussed CCTV in the UK.
So there was a big cue down at the end of that lecture. David, which one of these key phrases did you hear?
Maybe let's look at.
Awesome, right? And right after he said, let's look at, Jason, we got our thesis. What was the thesis? What did you put?
CCTVs are effective.
Excellent. Why don't we go ahead and check to see if that is the correct answer. CCTV is effective. Awesome job. So, if we think back to our reading passage, we talked about the negatives. Now we're going to look at the positives. And I want you to maybe predict what main ideas they might have and how they might be organized. So if someone says something's effective, all right, what kind of main ideas might there be, David?
Maybe how or ways that it's effective.
That's a great guess. How or certain ways they're effective. And if we're talking about maybe a bunch of ways or how they are, what kind of pattern organization might we have, Jason?
Maybe they'll list the ways.
That's awesome.